Right, so a wee video as promised explaining the surgery that I need to get done, what it is and why I ultimately need to get it done. So I need to get my gyno removed, which is gynecomastia, which is essentially breast tissue development behind your nipples. There are glands behind your nipples, and it can happen naturally. 1 in 2 men have it. The statistics are really high. It generally will happen at birth in a male, puberty in a male, or as a male gets older and testosterone levels lower, estrogen levels rise and such. So it is a really common factor, but when you're introducing things like PEDs, they can also impact this, because when you're taking anabolics, they aromatize, your estrogen levels can rise, and then that can also create the development of the breast tissue behind your nipples. So I need to go in and have the glands removed, because now I'm as lean as I am, it is ruining my pec line. So I'm not putting all this work in, getting in my body to a point where I'm nearly happy with it, to be let down by my fucking nipples. So yeah, and for me, I may have had it as a teenager. I can vaguely remember being quite puffy around the nipples as a teenager, but I don't remember clearly. But I do remember getting a hell of a lot of bad advice when I was younger in the gym, taking far too much, 6 mil of this, 6 mil of that, orals, and at no point did anybody ever sit me down and talk to me about corrective measures, counteractive measures, how to stop X, Y, and Z. They're just like, your body can take it, you're a big dude, bah, 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 bah. And now ultimately, because of doing it unsafe, not doing correct practice with it, not understanding how stacks are built, just taking advice off people who are selling it, so it's not someone who's necessarily, his interests is aligned with your health, their interests are aligned with selling more product. So probably wasn't the best person to listen to back in the day, but it is what it is. It's done now. So, shoulda, woulda, couldas, but ultimately now I need to have the glands removed to correct my pec line, and then I'll have nice pecs and I'll be happy. Whereas right now, it's really frustrating, because I'm being let down by my fucking nipples. But it is what it is. And, it's a simple operation. It's not, they just cut a half circle under your nipples, go in, take everything out, put it back together, and then jobs are good in. So that's next Wednesday. Currently, I'm excited about it. I'm really happy about it. I did have the surgery booked earlier this year, and the anaesthetist cancelled it because they weren't happy with some of the stuff. So I've had to change a few things, wait 6 months, and then now the anaesthetist is happy, the surgery can go ahead. I can finally move past this roadblock in my physique journey, if you like. And depending on how well the surgery goes, how much it settles is all dependent on whether we're going to potentially talk about competing on stage. So there's a few things hanging on this. It's quite important for me. So the surgeon's been made aware. I told him what my plan was. I'm like, this all hangs on you doing your fucking job. So hopefully all goes well, and I'll be left really happy with the end results. He did warn me. He's like, the success rate for whatever reason on this surgery is very low. He's like, but it's not so much from a visual standpoint. It's some people are like, oh, I've no sensation in my nipples. There's a void. It's like, yeah, you've just had a fucking gland removed. You've had your nipple chopped up. Of course, there's no sensation. I don't get, if they lose sensation, I couldn't care. Do you know what I mean? I'm visually in this. Do you know what I mean? If the end product looks banging, I'm going to be over the fucking moon. I can't wait. So it's been a long road from fat to where I am now. This is the next roadblock. We're going to get over this and hopefully push forward. So like I say, I'm going to document the whole thing. I'm going to keep you in the loop with what happens. I'm waiting on my pre-surgery email to see what the chat is. And yeah, it'll be good, hopefully. So I've never been under anaesthetic. I've been very very lucky in regards to medical issues in hospital. I've never been in hospital. I've never been under anaesthesia. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. You know what I mean? I'm not really worried about the surgery itself. And you see all these horror stories, folk coming around for anaesthesia, they don't know where they are, they're saying weird shit, and I'm like, just gonna do my best not to become a fucking meme. So hopefully just nobody's there in the recovery room fucking able to record me if I go off my tits. So yeah, it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. So like I say, it's just the next speed bump on this journey that I'm having at the minute. And hopefully the journey lasts a very, very long time. Like I say, hopefully, regardless to whether we go down the bodybuilding route or whatever, I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to continue the journey. I'm going to take it all the way. It just depends on visually if I'm happy enough to compete or not. So I don't see why I wouldn't be. Do you know what I mean? Like, my gyno's bad. It's not horrendous, you know? So, yeah. It'll be interesting. But like I say, I'm going to keep everyone in the loop with what happens, how it goes. I'm going to document the surgery as much as they'll allow me to. I don't think they'll quite let me set up a camera in the theatre, so I'll be pushing it at that one. But kids that don't ask don't get any sweets. So we're going to try. I'm going to do as much as I can. And I'll keep you in the loop with what happens, recovery. So yeah. But, you know, there we have it.